No, listen, the funniest thing was when they introduced him, he comes out, he didn't even look at Ruger, he just went straight to
into the
performing a
act.
Ruger song. And I'm just like, but that's so funny. Like, Ruger is there watching somebody perform his song, and he's awkwardly there just looking at somebody else, and the crowd is all like, hey,
and you should see what they were doing. They were slow-moing the whole thing. They were really playing into this whole Kenyan Ruger X Niger Ruger. Like, no, it's not the move. What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome to the 30% podcast. Karibuni kwenye extravaganza. This is episode 88, double infinity, as Afam put it last week. Double infinity episodes. Shout out to every single one of you listening to us. We really do appreciate it. This podcast is available on platforms such as Spotify, such as Apple Podcasts, music, such as YouTube, video, and like the video site and YouTube music. But of course, on the video site, it's just the audio because we're not doing video yet. And that's the 30% podcast. And we are also on social media on Instagram, that's IG, on Facebook, that's FB, on X, that's X, and on Threads at the 30, and LinkedIn, the 30% pod. If you want to reach out to us, if you want to disagree with anything we've said, if you want to agree with anything we've said, if you want to hook us up with anything, whatever it is, that's where you can get us at. Afam is, of course, _Afam Ifuna on IG, and I am Are is late to the party. ARE is late to the party. Yep. Simple and sweet. Afam.
What's up?
Are you there?
I am. What's up? What's good?
Ooh, nothing much. Chilling. It's been an interesting week. Oh, that's a lie. It's not been very interesting.
It has. It's been quite an eventful week.
It's been, yeah. How are you doing? What you been up to?
I just have one question.
Oh, here we go. What's the question?
Where you get a new Clarks T Daddy?
Oh, God have mercy.
Which cooler that? Marina Party?
I'm genuinely annoyed.
A real bad man in a model in a shirt, street jeans, cut off foot parts. Everybody happy ask when me get me Clarks. Everybody happy ask when me get me Clarks. Ask me where I get me Clarks.
I don't get.
The leather hard, the suede soft, toothbrush get off the dust fast. Hey, okay, fine. Listen, Vibes Cartel was freed.
Freed. Vibes Cartel.
That's
gosh.
Yeah, Vibes Cartel.
Clearly has an impact on your life.
Barely.
Clearly.
What? Oh, clearly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
my God,
look at
man.
you. You're ready to fight. You're ready to fight me.
I was ready to throw hands. No. Listen, because
what does Vibes Cartel mean to you? Tell us, Afam. Tell us.
He means nostalgia. For me, my high school was greatly like the soundtrack to my high school was essentially just raga, fucking dancehall. Like, bro, that's all people listen to. And yeah, I admit, going into high school, I wouldn't say that was my music like taste. But then that's all everybody listened to in high school, and I just as a result started listening to it as well, and it's actually really dope. So yeah, Vibes Cartel, Mavado, Elephant Man. Ooh, remember Gully Creeper, bro?
Oh man,
that fills me with so much nostalgia. Sam,
I hear what you're saying.
Oh yeah. Alienate yourself. Alienate yourself.
Absolutely.
Sam. Go ahead.
No, let me tell you why. I have a good reason why I just don't. First off, it was matatu culture, and the loud matatu music just turned me off from whatever they were playing. It was all dancehall music, right? But when I got to college, my roommate, okay, actually,
Yeah.
put him on blast. My roommate used dancehall music, and I think it was even a vibe song. Every morning, no, I don't know. I can't be sure on that, but every morning that was his alarm. I have a dancehall song.
You used to wake up to, hey, Miss Fatty Fatty, you are murder.
It was terribly like 5:30 in the morning. Like that's not. Then the song is playing the whole day in my head, and I know I'm going to hear it the next morning. So I don't know, man. I'm slightly negatively biased towards those songs because they were overplayed for me. But I understand
for me,
I know this is.
I remember that time with fondness.
Did you used to go partying like to other schools? Because I know that's
or like for funkies.
Funkies.
No,
sorry, look at me saying partying. Oh gosh, funkies. I meant funkies.
No, I never. Bro, let me tell you. Like honestly, I was very introverted. Always have been, really. So I never really took initiative to always be going out for multiple funkies. I went for very few. I want to say like maximum in my whole high school life, like going out of my school was like 3 or something like that. But like yeah, I mean there were also multiple funkies at our school and like events.
What's funky Afam like? That's what I'm trying to know.
Oh bro, I was completely awkward, nervous.
I thought you were about to tell me that you were the life of the party.
Me, far from it. What do you mean, bro? I did not want to talk to the girls, man. I was just like, yo,
yikes.
You just start sweating and you're like, fuck. Like, what do I say?
Of course, now you're different. Yeah, now of course you're completely. That's not who you are.
Of course, naturally, I'm different. Anyway, jokes. But it's just a trip through memory lane. And that's the beautiful thing about music, I guess. Like, it's very tied to nostalgia.
Yep.
Like, this week, I was playing Foster, a song that I listened to a lot back in the day. It was by this band, Puddle of Mud. A little bit of a problematic band. Puddle of Mud, yeah.
Wow.
It's a bit problematic for people because a lot of people said the lead singer, Wes Scantlin, he bit a lot from Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. I guess that was his primary source of inspiration and stuff. So a lot of people are like, okay. But they had some songs like Blurry, which was big, and another one called Psycho, which I really loved. And I played Foster the song Psycho, and Foster is younger, so he wouldn't have listened to Puddle of Mud when they were a thing. And he was like, I don't know, this song just doesn't give me a vibe. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And but for me, like, it's more than just like the music. It's also nostalgia because like I listened to Puddle of Mud a lot as well when I was in high school, and so it's mixed in. And so music is more than just like the sounds that you're hearing. It's also really tied into like experiences and memory, right?
That's very true.
So why I like Good Kid, Mad City so much is because it came out when I was in 2012 when I just finished high school, and that's a really formative time. Even if you're reading this, Nothing Was the Same. Like for me, those albums, they mean so much to me, but only just because of the time and my memories tied to that time. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I get what you're saying. A lot of the Kenyan, like the older Kenyan songs in the early 2000s or mid 2000s rather, 2005 to like 2010, those songs, whenever I hear them out, those songs give me a different feeling. I might not necessarily like the music of it or the lyrics or whatever, but they give me a different feeling because that was that's when I would listen to like radio and music. It was in a school bus. I remember, like every time we get to the school bus, the radio, the driver would be playing radio and the songs would be on. And so those years is what formed. And I guess that's when I was starting to get interest in music. And so they really formed, like, I enjoy the old school Kenyan R&B songs, like in Pili Pili. Even the ones from Tanzania, like it was just fun. That stuff, it's different.
Wakilisha. Did you listen to
Manyuna,
Wakilisha?
Arsenali, all of them joints. Like it was just
Kati ya Manyuna, Arsenali, Gani Kali, Kati ya Manyuna, Arsenali. Do you remember?
Of course I remember.
Wait, hold on. Do you remember Kuna Kitu Ndani ya Box? Pesa au Mani. Do you
Yeah,
remember such
all
a
of-
song?
all of
Who
them.
made that song? Who made that song? Please, somebody in the audience tell me who made that song, because that
We don't
song
know.
was my jam back in the day. Holy fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that. I think those are things that, and not to nerd this out, but those are things that trigger nostalgia. It's sights, smells, and sounds. Yeah. Apart from Vibes Hotel,
Yes.
do you have anything positive in your life?
My week was just music. I'm working on a few things right now. Super excited. Can't talk about it on the podcast right now, but it is exciting. I can't wait for when I can talk about it, but like these things take time. So just working on some stuff. I'm working and moving in silence, Sam. I am working and moving in silence while I say it out loud on a podcast.
Exactly. I was about to say you're doing the thing that we hate celebrities from doing, announcing announcements, or announcing that they won't be announcing announcements. Like, what are we?
Exactly.
What are we
That's
doing?
what I'm doing right now. That's
terrible.
exactly what I'm doing right now. So yeah, my week has been consumed with that, and obviously situating myself in this new city that I reside
New
within.
York.
And yeah, it's a very busy time in my life, I will say that. How about you? What's happening?
It's been cool week. Not much has happened. But what did I do this week? I don't even remember. The earlier part of the week. Later part of the week, I was involved in a friend's wedding, so that was fun. Yeah, that was really cool. It's very interesting. I had to dance in front of people, which I really I don't want to get into a rant, but a lot of the things we do in life are just because we're trying to appease the society and the cultures that we've set for ourselves. But when it comes time, usually I'll get into my whole anti bag, that why is this necessary? But then if it's a friend and that's what he has planned for himself, then fam, that's what we're doing. So it was fun. I know I don't think I've made much sense there, but I've made sense in my head, and that's all that matters.
No, you have. You've made sense.
Yeah. So that was fun. Shout out to him. Wish them the best in their union. And funny enough, oh my goodness, he's the actual friend who used to play the dance hall joints in the morning.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Oh, I just yeah, he's the one. But anyways, I forgive him for that. But yeah, it's that's that. Not much happened, honestly. I've been exhausted because planning for these things are not easy. I don't know why you make them so difficult. But yeah,
it's been tiring, huh?
Almost like 3 days in a row. I was in bed by past 12. And I'm an old man, so that's not great. But apart from that, week's been cool. Just creating and doing what I do. Yep. That's that.
All right.
Let's talk about some industry news.
You want to talk about some industry news? Huh?
What's been going on?
I'll give you some industry news. You want some industry news, Sam?
Yes. You feel so weird.
Sure. Oh yeah, here's some industry news. Size 8 unfollows DJ Mo on Instagram hours after declaring she's single. Sam, give me your
right, so
hot takes
size,
on
size
this.
8 has had a lot of history in this country, right? From being a secular artist, then she flipped, and then who she was married to and all that business. So it makes sense why she would unfollow him. But there's a deeper meaning to her unfollowing another man on
there
Instagram.
Must be. What is it? What's the meaning?
I think it's the corporations. I think the corporations they champion this kind of news so that we can because now she unfollowed him. So now you're running to Instagram, and now you're giving Instagram your eyes and your ears, and they're selling sites.
For sure.
So it's really, if you ask me, I think all news that we're going to mention is just conspiracy for the corporations. That's my deep dive on this.
Okay, I didn't think you'd give me an actual serious take, bro. Okay,
I have serious takes in the bag. Like, when do you need one? My quiver is full of serious takes if you need them. We're obviously not talking about size 8. Obviously
bars.
not.
Okay, so listen, there was a lot of Sauti Sol related news in the headlines. Obviously, Bien has been apparently beefing with Otile Brown. And a lot of people are over it. me included. I'm so over it. But we reported a few weeks ago on Otile kind of saying that there are no international artists from Kenya.
Yeah.
At which point, Bien also gave the example of Sophia Nzao, who we talked about last week, as being a perfect example of somebody who's an international artist.
Yeah.
But then also he kind of just said, I'm above all this and I don't really want to
Album coming
go
out.
back and forth with Otile. And then apparently he made a statement at some point where he said... Apparently, he said, Otile, I'm reading this from pasho.co.ke. So listen, if they reported on this wrong, don't come for me. But apparently, Bien said, Otile, you don't have any money. Who do you think you're talking like? You released an album and it didn't go far, which kind of sparked like a back and forth. And then Otile says, I can't argue with people who think any popular song is a good song. That's a bar, by the way. And that's how you've ruined the game. Now you expect to shake your booty on social media to push a product that will only last for a week or two.
Wait. Who is expecting who to shake booty?
Otile. This is Otile's words to Bien.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he says Otile
funny.
claims he sings authentic music while criticizing Bien for losing his authenticity and thus singing music that people want. And he also said to Bien, look at your last hit song and compare it to mine. Mine is still a bigger hit in terms of views. It remains the best music video in the country for nearly a year, and I didn't need to shake my waist on social media. These hits you're talking about, which ones are those with 3 million, 5 million views? When I make a hit, it's genuine and not forced as you're trying to do on social media. And then so they've just been going back and forth, and then Bien did the whole thing, which he said, "Oh, okay, here's my apology to Otile," and then he linked his new song with Adenkule and Shine, Wahala. Then he said, "You know what? I'm retracting that apology," and also linked the same song. Sam, give me your opinion on all of this pressing, very, very pressing issues.
I don't know, man. See, it's the corporations. So it's the corporations. Because we really look at it like to do it. It's, I mean, honestly, the bickering back and forth, it's very childish.
Do you think, on a serious note though, do you think this is just industry games? Because honestly, I had a thought like flew into my head that, Otile and Bien are just doing this to push his new music. Like, this is just like, let's manufacture a thing. And then, because that's what people eat up. Because, like, why are all these posts, like, on Nairobi Gossip Club? I feel like it's more like promo or something. Promo. I don't know. What do you think?
Does Bien, but my thing will, does Bien need promo for his deluxe? You think he does?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Next question is Otile the best route for that because of their beef?
I don't know. It might be opportunistic. Maybe there was something real there that he chose to leverage as marketing.
Yeah. I think the bickering is childish. I think the back and forth is childish. I think the whole, because it's subjective. So him saying that Bien is only making music for that people want to hear, Bien could counter that and say, yes, no one is hearing your music. So it's just back and forth, and then it's just I don't know. That part is not important to the whole thing. But I hone in obviously on the industry side of it, where it's like, is Bien linking the song that he was being criticized for, as that's kind of petty, right? That's conniving, and then him using it to promo his album. Maybe he's made the best out of the situation. I lied earlier when I said I have a deep dive on everything. I obviously don't have a deep dive on this one. It's just, it seems weird that two artists are bickering like this in the industry. I don't know. But it's expected, I guess. I'm sorry, man. I don't have...
It doesn't sound weird to me though. It looks like more...
I think it's planned.
Oh my God, I just looked at a comment. Somebody said 2 girlfriends apologizing on Girlfriend's Day. That's funny. Anyway, it just looks like strategy. Like, it just looks like marketing, really. And actually, shout out to people because, like, in the comments, I'm seeing a lot of people seeing through all this BS. Like,
Yeah.
this beef is not really even a real, like,
There's no
what's happening
substance.
here?
It doesn't seem like there's any substance to it. The whole thing.
Speaking of no substance,
Okay, where are we
or
going?
substance, no, just substance in general. I feel like the whole camp from Soul Gen is kind of like going through. I've been seeing a lot of opinions about their music in general, feeling less, because like some people said like these additions that Bien had onto his album, as well as Ben Soul's album, like they all feel very commercial, and I don't know,
almost lifeless.
Now, see, Sam, I am not best placed to kind of bring out this point.
Yeah.
So maybe you can give me a rundown. Like, do you think their music is lacking in that like soulful, like personal quality that it's always had? Do you think there's been a shift to the more commercial, or are people like justified in their opinions? Because like, I read a few opinions and a lot of people had a few negative things to say about the music. So I don't know. I'm confused. What? Tell me. You're our Soul Gen insider. Let's go.
You need a different insider. The Sauti Sol being the blueprint of, so that's how I'm looking at this thing, right? Sauti Sol being the blueprint of what Soul Generation is currently doing, right? And maybe that's not 100% correct, but for this conversation, let's just go with that. Sauti Sol back then, they did a lot of party records and stuff like that, but then their party records were not all focused on like 2 topics or 3 topics. And that's what Ben Soul has been accused of, is just talking about like a few things, right? Like when I hear songs like Mama by Sauti Sol, Surya Komzuri Mama, like that's they play that a lot at parties, but it had a little bit of like a depth to it. What they're accusing Ben Soul for, I haven't seen much of the same sort of accusations towards Mviri, but I'm pretty sure there are people who hold the same sentiment, is that Soul Generation have moved into making it's just that one specific genre of music that they're making, which is the party songs.
So what do people want from Soul Gen?
That's the question.
That's the aesthetic though, yeah?
That's the aesthetic. I think that's the blueprint they were sort of given while they were under the label. As this is what's working. Maybe that's what Soul Generation was trying to push in, and they found 2 artists that sort of embodied what they needed to put out. So it's because art is subjective, we don't know. We are only judging by what we feel should be done. And I think people maybe want, I don't know, that's the thing. People are saying what they don't want. They're saying what they don't like about the party and the after party, Mviri's joint, and if they have not seen that much about it, and the recent Bien's extra songs on the album, the deluxe. But they're not telling us what they would like instead. I guess that would be more constructive, right? But even if they're doing that, do you think Bien is going to listen to what the people are saying he should do and pivot?
I doubt it.
Yeah. We talked about it being like, if this is the period they are in, like it might not be the best for the music in terms of what people feel like they could give, but it's the period they're in. So being an artist is just difficult, man, because you're just subjected to everything everyone is saying about you, and you're almost never right. So because multiple people who are fans of you will have different opinions, so you can't please everyone. Anyway.
Listen, you're right. You can't please everyone. And bro, with sticking to Sauti Sol and Sauti Sol related news, did you see the whole Chimano thing?
Yeah, Chimano. Man, shout out to Chimano too, man. People have been in this industry for a long time and they're still doing music. I love to see it.
I have a question for you, though. A very important question. I need you to take this so seriously, okay?
All right. Let's go.
Answer this like your life depended on it.
That's serious.
It's very serious.
Okay.
Sam, are you ready?
Ask the question.
Are you a Chimandem?
Oh my gosh.
No, this is a serious question, bro. This is a serious
Chimandem.
question, man.
I learned about that term today. I didn't know that's a thing that existed. Chimandem. Chimandem is funny to me. I don't know. It's hilarious to me. I'm not a Chimandem. I'm a fan of Chimano.
You're not a Chimandem?
I'm not going to call
wow.
myself a Chimandem. I'm so sorry. I'm not doing that. No.
But you're a fan of Chimano.
There's certain lines I draw. I mean, he's a staple, right? He's been part of a lot of people's stories. He's been part of a lot of people's nostalgia. So you can't really... You can't really hate on that. And what he has done with Sauti Sol has been incredible for the country and for Kenya's music. So you have to applaud that. He announced a new song coming out on the 9th called Do You Remember? And along with it, he says, here we go, my new journey begins. I'm so grateful for how far life has brought me. I've lived for 37 years and what a ride it has been. My previous chapter defined and filled me. But like a chapter read, we finished reading that one and it's time to turn a new page. Being part of Sauti Sol was the greatest privilege of my life. Now I'm off on this amazing journey that I'm looking forward to. Do You Remember is my first single and lead up to a number of releases I planned for the year. So Lego, Chimani, that's not. Chimano as an individual is a new artist. See you on the 9th of August and then on and on and on. This is confusing to me.
Okay, why?
This is confusing to me because he's already done this. Hasn't he? He's released music as Chimano. Yes. So why is he telling us about that again?
Social media. So this, bro, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like it's because he even tagged Sauti Sol in this thing. I feel like it's it's the context in which we will
talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he released Heavy is the Crown in 2022.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm saying he released Heavy is the Crown in 2022. I was just checking. Like he's released music as Chimano before.
But I feel like as an announcement of new music, it's more impactful.
Yes, when you target to yeah, I get what you're saying.
To you separating yourself from Sauti Sol, kinda, maybe, because that's what I'm getting. This is like, I'm kinda maybe, but
it doesn't seem like there's like when I first read it, I thought there was a definite like, all right, Sauti Sol is over, but it doesn't seem like there's a definite I'm done with Sauti Sol. It's just hey, I was with Sauti Sol. Here's some new music. Kind of deal.
No, it's not.
I'm not mad at them using their.
Never that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them using their former group for their rollouts, man. Listen, go ahead.
You need to use every tool available to you. So I understand him still using that to kind of get people like us talking. You know what I mean? That's the point. We wouldn't be talking about this if he just said no. We might have, but like. We wouldn't be talking about it for this extended period if he just said, by the way, guys, I'm releasing new music. Yeah. So, I think the angle there is how can I get people talking a little bit? Ooh, will he or won't he leave Sauti Sol? Or what's really happening? Find out next time in the life of Chimano. As a Chimandem.
As a Chimandem. Are you a Chimandem?
I mean,
Chimandem is hilarious to me. I would never call myself a Chimandem.
I don't know if I can say I'm a Chimandem, but like, listen, shout out to all the Chimandems.
Yo, bro,
there,
no.
No, listen, I have to shout out the.
You don't have to shout out anyone,
bro.
Don't have to shout out anyone.
We're shouting out the Chimandems. Yo, shout out to you guys, Chimandems. Listen, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, I listened to the snippet. Looks like it's going to be like a dancey vibe, maybe. I don't know.
Yes. I mean, that's typically what he's done. He's always done that pop. He's more of a pop, not Afro-pop, like just pop sound. So yeah, that's looks like what it's...
The artwork is very futuristic.
Yep.
Like what's the word for it? Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like vibes.
Very.
So it looks like it might be dance, like maybe like some electronic basses there, like, you know, that electronic sound.
Yeah. He said it's produced by DTX Music, who's done quite a bit, and then mixed and mastered by Fancy Fingers. BGVs by the talented Lisa Oduor Noah. So, she's.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm saying I was just gonna say she's been part of, like, I think she was part of the BGV. If you listen to a lot of Soul Generation songs, yeah, the early ones. I think she was part of that a lot, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, just random tidbit information that you don't really need.
I was gonna say, like, Fancy Fingers they rely on him a lot. They rely on him a lot, which is interesting because, like, I feel like in public perception, when it comes to, like, especially when you're just perceiving Sauti Sol as a group, I've had people, like, I've had someone describe Fancy Fingers as the quiet one. Like, when they were trying to discuss, this is a few years ago, and they were, like, mentioning the members, and I was like, interesting. Like, a lot of people, like, don't, like, he's not the first name you run to when you're talking about, like, Sauti Sol, but bro, I think his impact on the group is so, like, the group doesn't work without Fancy Fingers.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I think
he is the sound.
He is,
like, he engineers and records a lot of their music, and without him, that group cannot be.
It wasn't what it was.
All the members have like specific roles that they play, and maybe I see Fancy Fingers' role, like, as very, like, impactful because of my own bias as being a producer / engineer myself. So maybe I have some bias there, but, like, it just doesn't run without him. And he's always involved in their extra Sauti Sol projects.
Just to, like, add on that, I think Soul Generation, no, Sauti Sol's group was a little bit unique. I've not had too many groups who have, like, artists who are major, like, they have a member who his role is almost solely creating the music for the group and taking care of, like, the post work, the mixing, mastering, and all that business. It's really unique. But no, he's a lot of engineers and producers are underrated, and so people might not necessarily view him as a important part of the group, because what we care about is the lights, and the lights are on the people who are singing on stage and dancing and all that business. But it's shaking their waist. Yeah. But
shaking their waist.
Shaking their waist. But
topless, mind you.
Of course. But yeah, his role we can't deny that he's been very important. And see, they're still using him after the group has, quote unquote, let's say paused. So
paused.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Chimano, I mean, there's people who are really waiting for music, and it looks like I hope he's just consistent, right? Because his last project was 2 years ago. So I hope he's consistent now in releasing music and doing what the rest are doing. Bien has been releasing music consistently. Savara has been putting out music consistently. Fancy Fingers for sure has been dropping.
Fancy Fingers is the most consistent.
He's been the most active outside. So maybe he's seen this opportunity as, all right, I had a lot in me that since I was not doing much vocal work back then, like, it's time to shine. So let's see. I hope Chimano, it will be good to see them all it will be good to have Sauti Sol on radio, not as Sauti Sol, you know. Individuals. So
I agree.
I
agree. What else was happening? In the atmosphere, the news sphere, and the music industry?
Things. This one is just a very, very this is more of like a PSA than anything, but I don't know if anyone cares. So the Grammy submissions are going to be done by August 30th. This August 30th. That's coming. We're in August now. Yikes. So the award ceremony is open currently to submissions by Kenyans, by everyone, obviously, but then we're speaking about the Kenyan market. And it's an opportunity to submit your projects, submit your EPs, your songs, whatever it is, for award ceremony. So I mean, it's not much to this, but then my question was just, I'm trying to figure out now, just doing some science, and I guess I'll pose that question to you. Who do you think we could throw up there confidently as Grammy nominees for whatever category?
Okay, first I want to start by saying I think we could see this coming because I remember early in was it the year or the end of last year?
Yeah.
Anyway, somewhere in that period we saw Faye, Faiza Hersey, the Zinia Manasseh's manager, get inducted to the Recording Academy. Did they call it induction? I don't know if they call it. Anyway,
yes,
she was nominated as part of the...
No, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, she's part of the new member class of the Recording Academy.
Yeah.
And recently, Brian Chege, who we've had on the podcast, announced that he has also become a new member of the Recording Academy. So that means that they are looking to involve at least Kenyan East African music in some sense. So this makes sense that this is what's happening, because obviously Faye and Brian Chege are gonna rep for Kenyan music, so we have a chance. So now when it comes to like the projects that have come out with it, the time frame that the next Grammys would require for I think the project I would be very bold with, and I'd put a lot behind, is We Cut Keys 2 by Blinky Bill. I think that project was just really, really...
it's a solid one.
Solid.
Yeah.
The music was solid, the engineering and mixing was solid, the concept was solid. So for me personally, that would be like my first submission for a Grammy from Kenya. Whatever category it falls in, obviously they'll just bunch it up with, like, they'll say it's Afrobeats or whatever it is they do over there in the Grammys. But like whatever it is they choose, that project needs to be submitted.
Yeah.
Into other music, what would you suggest?
That's the thing. This is difficult. Anything I say now could possibly cause trouble for myself. I don't know.
Why?
Because if I'm putting a song or album's project that's released, I'm kind of judging it off quality that we've seen done. And of course, the Grammys use Western quality as their rubric. Either
like Tyler.
Yes, like either they do it. If they don't say they do it in a forward way, we know that's what is happening. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the industry is the big players of the industry are on that side. So, if you ask me, if I'm being honest, I don't know if I can put something up there that I can confidently say, like, if you put this against a Western song, it will blow it out of the water and pick that. I know we do have, not to say we don't, I think we do have a couple of really cool players. I think some of the stuff that Bien has done, he's created some really cool quality, I would say, songs, despite what people say. I think some of the music, and I think you had mentioned it, some of the music that Karun makes could possibly be up there. And a lot of others, but see, if I don't want to just go and say things that I'm not 100% on, so I'll probably do more research and just like go through them and see what I could possibly put up. I don't have that right now, but yeah, I think as we continue to elevate the music, we'll begin to see a lot more people that we can possibly put up there confidently. And confidently for me is the key. Like we can say, okay, no, this person belongs on the stage. This person, not just putting them off because we have to have a category for participation points, But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that. So I'm hoping for the best, man. Listen, I'm hoping for the best. Like, hopefully we can get something up there, because bro, it would be a huge win. It would be a huge win for everyone if we can get,
I think it would be a boost.
A Grammy-nominated song. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now that I know we can submit, bro, listen, even me, bro,
you're throwing some joints in there.
We're working, man. Yeah, let's go, bro. Let's go.
Oh, man. It actually costs, I think it costs people, it's important to know. I don't know how much it is, but it costs money to actually submit music. Like, you can't just throw your songs in there.
the potential is like, bro, imagine if you get a Grammy, bro. You know, your price goes up. Like, people don't understand. People think winning a Grammy just ends there. No, once you win a Grammy or you're Grammy nominated,
the price is no longer the price.
Like, if you charge $1,000 to produce music for somebody, now you charge $3,000 just because you're Grammy nominated.
That might go up by like 5.
No, I'm just giving an example.
Okay. Yeah.
Things happen, so like it raises your like perception.
It's good for your career economics, for sure.
So good for your career economics. Yeah, I couldn't put it better myself. Sam.
Yep.
Do you know what else is good for your career economics?
No.
Having a doppelganger.
I'm so confused by your need to segue everything in.
I don't know what's wrong with me because that segue doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like, we should go back and tally all your segues, and like, I don't know, your batting rate is not that high. Anyway, let's go.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. No. That's no. Don't make it seem like it's a negative thing. Now you're making it awkward. Doppelganger.
No, I'm joking,
Doppelganger. Doppelganger. Let's talk about it. 10 over 10. Are you sad?
I would give that. Are you asking me? Okay, yes, it was on 10 over 10. But are you asking me to give you a rating on that whole experience? Because it was so uncomfortable.
Yes, actually, let's do that. Rate Ruger's appearance on the 10 over 10 out of 10.
I say if in his head he will just rate that whole experience a nice, balmy 6 out of 10.
6? Listen, from what I was seeing on his face, I'm going to go a little bit lower than that, man. Because I think he had on the Nigerian I'm just here to be here face.
Yeah.
Oh, for what we're talking without context. So Ruger was in Kenya.
Yes.
And he was on Citizen TVs 10 over 10.
But he was here. He's here primarily to do the Raha Fest.
Yeah. Which that is coming up now. Wow, dang. So
it's already happened.
Oh, it has. Look at that.
Great.
Look, see,
it happened last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, but for the podcast, for the people listening to this podcast, it happened.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Last weekend. Yeah. So yeah.
So he obviously. The TV stations are going to bring him in, the radio stations are going to bring him in to talk. And on there, Citizen TV thought it was a good idea to introduce Ruger to his doppelganger. I don't know if you guys have seen the Kenyan guy who goes around.
Kayole.
Yeah, the Kenyan Ruger who goes around dancing to Ruger songs, and he has the signature pink hair and the eye patch over his eye, which is I don't know, man. Oh, it's so awkward. Anyway, Ruger was on there, and you could visibly tell that he was, I don't know, he
Sam.
Yeah.
Ruger hated every single second of that whole situation. Oh, bro, he looked so over it. He's like, why am I? He's like, what is this? What the music industry is like? Nah, bro, guys, please.
It's so weird to do that.
He looks so uncomfortable.
Like, if you have a doppelganger on national TV and then you're bringing him on to say what's up and like. And he's doing your dances and hyping up the crowd in the way you do it and everything and singing your song. It's just,
the funniest thing was
you have an eye patch and there's nothing wrong with your eye.
No, listen, the funniest thing was when they introduced him, he comes out, he didn't even look at Ruger, he just went straight to performing a Ruger song. And I'm just like, but that's so funny. Like, Ruger is there watching somebody perform his song and he's awkwardly there just looking at somebody else, and the crowd is all like, hey,
and you should see what they're doing. They were slow-moing the whole thing. They were really playing into this whole Kenyan Ruger X Niger Ruger. Like, no,
but anyway, here we are talking about it, the whole situation.
It's not the move.
And so that means it's...
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I don't think they planned us to talk about it this way. This doesn't seem... Look at Ruger.
No, but like things like this get people talking because it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's like, that was just like... It's not funny because of how they intended it to be funny. It's just funny because you can just see Ruger dying.
Bro, they left...
Like,
Ruger finished his set and he walked off and the Kenyan Ruger was still there talking to the people. Like, what are we doing?
Wait, that happened?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, Ruger left. He was done. He greeted. Thank you, everyone. Love you guys. And they did an interview with the Kenyan Ruger after that. Yo, I'm tired of this, man.
That's hilarious.
I'm so tired of
this. Bro,
this.
listen, I have a take here, man. I think being an impersonator is one of the saddest. I'm sorry, and this is not just targeted at
Kenyan Ruger,
Kenyan
close your
Ruger.
ears.
I just
one of
think
them.
being an impersonator is one of the saddest things you can ever do with your life. It's just kind of like, bro, I want to be famous, or I want to be popping, or I want to be like renowned in my field because I'm me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand like basing your whole like career off of looking like somebody else. For me, I think it would be so soul crushing. Like, if I looked like somebody else who was a celebrity, and now anything that anybody like associates with me
it's just
is that other person, I would hate it so much.
Yeah, and
I would despise that.
Rugawa Kayole.
I don't know.
And I don't know if he pays. I don't know if he gets paid, because he's been in a whole bunch of concerts. I don't know if he gets paid to perform is a very loose term.
Probably he's probably getting a bag.
So now let me ask you a question: Is that copyright infringement? Is that stealing IP?
Could be. I don't know what the laws about it are.
I don't think there are laws, because
it could get into like shaky territory. Because like now, if somebody's impersonating you, like I remember when fake Drake was moving around and like he was even getting like club appearances and shit like that. Like, because now, like, you never know if somebody's an impersonator of you and they look really, really close.
Yeah.
What if they do something
exactly? It affects your image.
Or whatever.
It can affect your image negatively.
Exactly. So it's just a bit of a sketchy territory.
I do understand. I share your sentiment, though. It's honestly, it's kind of cringy. Watching.
It's very cringy.
But he wouldn't think so, because he's getting success of it. So, or whatever.
I think it's cringy.
Yeah. Anyway.
And the funny thing is, this kind of aligns with in the music industry recently. At least in America, they've implemented, or they've tabled a no fix act, which is essentially about AI and how we need to protect artists from essentially AI having access to, just being able to kind of impersonate people and all that type of stuff. So there's really like a real push to protect, like they say, there's a real push to protect people, culture, and art with clear protections and exceptions for the public interest and free speech. So I don't know. This whole AI thing.
It's not even AI now. This is real human being impersonation that we're worrying about.
Yeah, they need to stop, man. They need to stop.
Shout out to Rugawa Kayole. Shout out to Rugawa Nigeria, I guess. I don't know.
Speaking of Ruger, Ruger makes music.
You still have to segue it. Like,
I did that like intentionally to annoy you, Sam.
Right. I fell for it. I've been hoodwinked.
Yes, you did. Yeah. You took the bait. What were you listening to this week?
Man, so okay, go to the drops. Let's this is kind of separate, and this is just really random. But do you listen to the Tones and I? This is not like Kenyan music. I'll get to Kenyan music in a bit. Do you listen to Tones and I?
I've heard that one song that was really popular, but that one. Yeah. But I don't listen to Tones and I.
Just go and listen to how her career has been since then. It's really sad how we treat artists.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's happened to her?
So that Dance Monkey song is. She was an artist.
It's on 3 billion views
I think it's the biggest.
Spotify.
I think it's the biggest stream song on Spotify from last time I checked. She was an artist before, and she wasn't getting a lot of like love in shows, so she was being booed. So she created Dance Monkey to kind of, what do you call it, to document that. Like, she's like, oh, all these guys want me to do is, dance for them.
It's like satirical.
Kind of, and it's really weird because that's the song that blew her up. Now she's facing struggles because whenever she goes to shows, no one cares about her new music, according to her. No one cares about what she's doing. All they care about is perform Dance Monkey. And if she doesn't quote unquote dance like a monkey, they boo her off stage, even with her success. It's a really weird story about how artists are treated, and I don't know. It's just random. Because she released a song this week, so I was just like, that's interesting to me.
Oh man, I have some. I feel like that's such an interesting conversation. I feel like sometimes you manifest like your own.
You think that's what this is?
What's?
Yeah,
I really genuinely do. like, okay, like this is a different example, but like there's this girl on TikTok who was she was talking about accents or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, like I don't want, like she was like, oh, I don't want to sound like the typical Jamaican people when I say rice and peas or something like that.
Yeah.
And now
That's all she's known
because she was
for.
just kind of showing that like she doesn't want to like have that stereotypical whatever.
Yeah.
But now that's the only thing
Yeah.
anybody knows her for is like saying rice and peas like a Jamaican. And it's like, I feel like when you put like certain energy into the universe, like sometimes the universe like responds in, I don't know how what am I trying to say? Like, because like Tones and I's intention was obviously to be satirical, but like
Yes.
it's like a funny joke that the universe is playing on her now.
Yeah, where the only
that's-
thing
but I don't want to say that's her fault. It's
No,
not
yeah.
her fault that this is happening. But sometimes it's like you manifest the things that just mess with you in your life in general. I
Yeah.
don't know how. It's like I don't know how to explain what I'm. This is so bad for me to be doing this, and it's
It's
a
fine.
podcast.
It's fine. Just the other side of this, and I don't think we should get into this, but then the other side of this, I think that played into her feeling the way she started feeling was she didn't watch this or her words. She didn't think she was conventionally the whole thing with attractiveness and females in music, right? Like that's not a
She didn't think she
wasn't considered. She's actually lost a whole bunch of weight. Like that whole thing triggered her to work on herself a little bit more. But she said that she wasn't considered conventionally attractive. She was bullied. She was, guys on the internet were just being mean and in shows and stuff like that. So that also played into it where she really wanted to quit music because one, the only thing she was known for is entertaining people, and they don't care about her new songs. And she even said that song, the biggest song that she's done, is like almost her least favorite song, that she has more songs that she thinks are better than that. So,
bro,
it's just an interesting.
This happens
case study.
a lot in the music industry.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing it. Like, yeah, I can see she's really lost a lot of weight and stuff that, man.
She did.
And that's like I feel like you should, man. We should be okay with just
who people are, right?
Being who we are, you know what I mean? Yeah, because like even SZA's gone through the same thing. Like SZA from 10 years ago is not SZA of today. If you look at the pictures, and I feel like whenever that story comes up in the internet, like a lot of people start talking about how SZA has really glowed up and like how she used to look like back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's must suck for SZA to see. And I guess it's part of the reason why she proceeded to like essentially just kind of change her appearance.
Yeah.
Like, because even whenever it comes up, people are still like kind of clowning how she used to look, which
it's really interesting. And it's on both sides too, because we also saw Adele. Adele lost a whole bunch of weight, and people killed her for losing weight,
and she,
which is
oh my
weird.
God,
like
she got so much backlash.
Like what do people want from? So what,
bro? It's true.
This is what people expect.
Bro,
the moment you blow up, the moment you become an artist, and the moment people I associate some sort of their life with you, nostalgia, the whole nostalgia thing is locked in place. They don't want the artist to change at all. You remain exactly the way you are. Don't grow old. Don't grow any younger. It's weird.
I saw so many think pieces from plus size women saying that Adele has really let them down by losing a bunch of weight and being like, yo, you were supposed to be an icon for us and stuff like that. But like, bro, why can't people just make the decisions they make for their life? And
being an
this
artist
is the problem
crazy.
with celebrity
being
and
celebrities,
parasocial relationships with like fans.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Like, why? As fans, we don't like. Why are we so invested in people's lives that we feel like we can just
dictate,
pick them apart in that sense?
Yeah, like because we enjoy their music, we think that we can dictate their lives. That really doesn't make much sense. And if someone does that for me as an individual, or you as an individual, you're not a celebrity. The amount of trouble you'll raise, the amount of hell you'll raise will be. So why do you think you're okay to do that to? Because they're a celebrity? I don't know.
May I have two rules? Like, no parasocial relationships with these people. You don't know them.
Yeah.
And two, never ever, whoever it is, even if it's Beyonce, put celebrities on pedestals. These people are human beings, and they will make decisions that are horrible.
They will not
and
consult you at
mistakes.
all for these decisions. Not
Bro,
even, you're not part of the committee.
Like I just laugh to myself when I see, oh, this celebrity did this bad thing, and then you see everybody on the internet is, oh no, man, like
this was
so
my person.
disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Although that being said, I'm a huge fan of the sidemen. And like those are the only people. If something
So
came
you're
out
doing.
about them,
So you're doing the same thing that you're telling us.
I do. I listen. I'm not saying I'm perfect either, because those are the only people who, if a story came out like Simon was doing something bad,
Yeah.
and oh my god,
You'll be gutted. One of the
Many
only people
tears.
I put up there in terms, just because I really applaud how he creates is Kanye West, and the recent Kanye West drama
Sam.
Farm. I took him
Kanye
down
West is
that
the
joint
worst
so
person.
quick. It was.
You've chosen the worst person to put on that list.
I know. Oh, I put him down. So like, I generally have not. I've tried my best not to put artists
Right
on
now,
pedestals.
the most
but
problematic thing he's doing is like making I guess it's his wife now, like just pop out.
I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. Yeah, that's weird.
Because I know he's the one who's pushing her to dress like that, and it's I don't know. It's just weird.
Anyway, Virtuals 2 dropped. That's fine. Speaking of dropped, well, can we get back to music? Let's get back to
this. Is still that was
a little bit of a tangent. I think it's an important one too, though. It's crazy. Don't treat celebrities like human beings. Stop looking for more than they can offer from them. Like, stop it. Let me run through the few songs I listened to. Let's go with Papa, which is a quick turnaround. He just dropped an album, and he's out again with a song called "No Gold in the Dirt" featuring Kenny Berg. Yeah, man, shout out to him. Keep releasing music. That's fire. Tuna Fix by Kushman and Nagi Beats. Again, that's more protest music. Is that the genre? Is that the official name of the genre? Protest music. That's more protest music for us. Let's see.
I guess so, yeah.
ILYT by Nasibi and Kinoti. That was also a drop. Shout out to them. They sounded very similar on that song, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in terms of like how they deliver their vocals.
I don't know. I think I've really grown very accustomed to Kinoti's sound.
Yeah.
So nowadays I pick him out very well.
Yeah. But he sounded great. He sounded good on that. Let me see. What else did I do? I didn't. I've been honest. I told you in the beginning. Like I've been running around doing other things. I haven't had time to like sit down and listen to everything that came out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
I get that, because I have weeks like that as well. I got to Space by Lexil and Marcus Harvey and Humes. I think it's a project by that producer.
Yes, I saw a bunch of songs.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of songs as well. I listened to that. I listened to no, actually, I'm not giving that song light. Sorry. I listened to Tuna Fix. Oh, you said Tuna Fix by Kina Kushman. There was Think About Me by Trisha Gray and Kimemia. I want to say I listened to this and I was very, very impressed, I must say, by her vocal. I think she's very talented, Trisha Gray. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know about her before today. I will give some critique, like as an engineer, like it's just something that I heard, like obviously the master was lacking because her vocals were really, really low, and I wanted to hear more of what she was actually singing, because I was like, bro, I think she's actually singing really well. So I would have liked to hear that, like, but like this was a revelation to me. Trisha Gray is now squarely in my radar because I think she has great
radios are circles
potential.
though, so how can she be squarely in your radio and it's a circle?
I don't know. Thanks, Sam, for perplexing me. I listened to One Night Stand by Tesla and King Kaka. Loved what Tesla did. Didn't love what King Kaka
I'm on the opposite of that. I'll be honest with you. I enjoy King Kaka's rapping.
So you didn't like what Tesla did?
No. So not the complete opposite. I'm half opposite. It's on half opposite day. No, I generally like how King Kaka raps. I think it's He doesn't rap in the conventional, I'm going to give you a rhyme after the third, syllable and all that business.
It's so conventional.
Do you think so? I don't think so.
Conventional how people used to rap like from back.
He's from that school of there's a school of Kenyan rapping where it's a little bit, it's very experimental in how they deliver words.
For me personally, it just didn't mesh with what Tesla would do. Bro,
okay, that's a different critique. Yeah.
Generally, I rate Tesla really highly.
Yeah.
I really, really fuck with her music. I don't know. I just didn't see the vision with King Kaka. But listen, that's just me. I liked what Tesla did on this song. I don't know. This is just my opinion, I guess.
Okay, that's cool.
There was Mrembo by Ahil Safaridi and Nesmburu. Bro, that beat was insane. So shout out to Nesmburu. He's doing his thing and he's super consistent.
Yep.
So something is gonna click for him for sure. Then I listened to listen. Whenever I listen to these guys, I just know I'm going to be listening to Heat, Elevate by Kilihipi Boy Black and Raps by Q. Don't know too much about Raps by Q, but we've talked about Kilihipi and Boy Black so much on this podcast.
Yeah.
And they are on a run. They just need to be consistent. Well, they're already very consistent. They just need to keep it up and maybe do a few shows now that they have like a little bit of motion.
It doesn't have to be a grand thing. Like start with a small venue.
And anyway, that's their aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Underground,
very
grimy, like just get a small space, do something if they're already not doing it. Like, bruh, I respect what Kilihipi are doing.
It's dope. It's really good. Sure. I like the rap. I like the focus on rapping, just the skill of rapping. Like it's definitely
beautiful.
Yeah.
I listened to Culture by Caterpillar and Silverstone Bars, and then I also listened to Persona Non Grata by Mare Gemma and Analo Kanga. And then, Sam, I listened to the song that I wanted to highlight this week, which actually really impressed me. And I didn't know what to expect, but I clicked play and I really, really, I think my ear hairs were tingled.
They were tingled.
Very nice. So I listened to Running for Gold by Edward Kamau and Winyo. And bro, loved it. I think like I said this every time, I'm a sucker for falsetto and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just really thought it was really dope.
Yeah.
I just loved the cadence of the music. The beat was soothing, the guitars and the drums and the melody in the chorus and everything.
It's actually, and the topic is pretty... what do you call it? Relevant, right? Because of the whole Olympics thing.
Yeah. I mean, let me just take this time to also shout out to the people who are representing Kenya in the Olympics. Like, go Kenya, man. Every time I'm so invested. I'm so invested anytime there's a Kenyan like on the track.
Yeah. You feel like it's you out there.
Shout out to every Kenyan who's representing us. And so, I think this week I would love to play the song Running for Gold by Edward Kamau and Winyo.
Running for the goal till I come in from the cold. Chasing boda double go. I'm running for the goal, turning daggers into gold. I'm a living man and I'm going for the gold. yetu. Kenya, Kenya mama, Kenya baba, Kenya nchi yangu. Kenya, Kenya mama, Kenya baba. Kenya, Kenya mama, Kenya baba, Kenya nchi yangu. Kenya, Kenya mama, Kenya baba, Kenya nchi yangu. Ndio kwa kasi we kuna waka moto, ushindi ni wetu. Ndio kwa kasi we kuna waka moto, dhahabu ni yetu.
That was Running for Gold by Edward Kamau and Winyo. What a fire track.
Super cool.
Again, shout out to all the Olympians who have gone to represent Kenya out there.
Yeah. You know what? I listened to the song. You know what I liked about it is we don't see a lot of this happening these days where there's like a instrumental break. It's almost like a drop in the middle where it's just a lead.
Yeah.
A lead going and giving us a phrase. Like we don't see that a lot these days. The songs are shorter and shorter and shorter, but so there's no time for that. But yeah, I definitely like the fact that they did that. Yeah, man.
Shout out to them for bringing it back.
Cool joint.
Yo, holy hell, that was
88.
the double infinity episode of the 30% podcast, man. Bro, we're zooming past the 80s. I just want to tell you guys, I always shout out the 3 C's at the end of the podcast because it's something very important to me. So listen, guys, I need you guys to be confident in your art because confidence sells, and that's what people are gonna consume when they interact with your content, man. They're just gonna see the confidence. If you don't have confidence in your own art, how do you expect other people to even like it? And also, I need you guys to be consistent. As you can see, even in this podcast, there are certain names we mention over and over again because they're always releasing. So they're always relevant. They're always there for us to talk about, like Nesmburu, for example. We always talk about his music, and that's because he releases like so consistently. You don't have to release every week if you're in the music industry, but at least have a consistent schedule because that keeps you in rotation. That keeps you in people's faces. Right now, we live in a time period where attention is almost as good as currency. It is it's a currency in its own because there's so much going on. So even it's a metric. I feel like attention is a metric they use even in marketing. So just be consistent. Craft. Always work on your craft. Every day, work on something small because you never know. That small thing could add up to something super, super, super good for you in the future. So always work on your craft each and every day. Yeah, Sam.
Yeah. I wanted to highlight. We had talked about the episode with Brian Chege, who was nominated. Sorry, I just remembered that was nominated, and the episode that he was on is episode 70. And there are some gems dropped there. So if you, just go back and listen to that if you want. What do I have from my side?
No. You must listen to that episode by force. Listen, actually, Sam, we're gonna be quiet for the next 5 seconons because that's.
I thought you were going to say for the next 1 hour so that they can go in.
Yeah. Actually, yes.
That's not how this works. Imagine being quiet during a podcast so that now, they can go and listen to another episode of your podcast. The narcissism in that is crazy.
We expect you guys to be clicking off of the podcast right now and going to episode 70.
We don't expect you to do anything. Anyway, so yeah, no, but there's genuinely some gems.
I'm joking.
There's genuinely some gems in there. So go pick those up. Yeah, man, go.
No, I'm joking. In case somebody thinks I'm actually being serious,
you have to.
Joking.
Yeah, you have to make it sure.
Yeah,
but no, definitely go Go out and be great.
Go out and be great. And with those words in episode 88,
we're done.
We bid you adieu, and we shall see you in episode 89.
Adieu.